Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Kat Woods, and for all my sisters who are joining me, hello sisters. Alright, so I'm just going to hop on in. It's getting kind of late in the evening. So if you're sitting there with the Bible, I do have a few other videos on my channel. Please do check them out. I have how do you highlight, all kinds, how to use codes, and you're like, yes, just check out my videos. I do them only to help you all. So I had actually was inspired from other videos and my videos. A few of my sisters in group have been asking, how do I highlight, how can I add codes? So I had spent the past few nights on coming up with my own code, if that makes sense. So I try to explain in past videos what and how I highlight my Bibles. So I actually came up with an actual code. You all please feel free to copy, to tweak it any way you want. Just I'm only make these videos to help you. So I'm hoping you can use what I have and maybe build off of it. So I'll just hop on in and try to explain what I came up with. So I do have the yellow highlighter, and the only thing I did, you can use a blank sheet of paper, you can use Post-it notes, you can use anything. Get the highlighters you're going to use. You can use as many colors as you want. You can use less colors. It's all up to you on how extensive you want your color code to be. I prefer to keep it, pretty simple. So I have a yellow highlighter. I went through, marked down, as if I was highlighting a verse. And then I wrote, once the highlighter dried, I went in and wrote down what that color meant. So whenever I see the yellow highlight in my Bible, it's important. These are things I need to remember. So that's what the yellow highlighter is. The pink highlighter did the same thing. I put disciples, discipleship, which is anything that it's for me. So if I see a scripture, a verse that is talking about what I need, I wish I had like a couple of samples. That's very, very poor on me to not have, verses already marked out. Right there was one. But I did share like samples. Okay, right here. You see how I have yellow and then pink? So the yellow is important and the pink is for me. It doesn't have to be anything specifically for discipleship, but something that I know I want to come back to, or, remember for myself. I was trying to look for some more. And the same thing with here. All these scriptures, I just went in and did the purple color. I keep saying purple, the pink color. And I had a purple marking around that, and we'll go back into what that means. So if you are a guy, you can use a blue color, a green color, an orange color. You do not have to use pink for discipleship. Use whatever color you want. Orange is prayer, hope, and healing. And if you can see right here, I have lines. So I have the highlight, and I also have lines going through, which they all will mean the same thing as what I have here. So for orange is for hope. Any prayers with hope or scriptures with hope and healing have this orange color. The blue for me is always grace, blessings, faith. That's what I use my blue color. And purple, you can't really tell because it's a really light. They are these friction pilot pens. So they're the ones that you can erase, but they're extremely light. Like in some Bibles, that's extremely good because you don't want your, pens bleeding through. So if you're afraid of bleed through and shadowing, I highly recommend getting these pens because, as you can tell, that's how dark this blue would get. And the same with the purple, which I don't have it in my bag right now. But okay, so the purple color, it's always with God. God in its royal color. So anytime I use either a purple highlight or an actual purple pen, which I use my G-Tech Pilot pen, hold it right up, I always use purple when it comes to God. And then that's what I did with these lines. So I did just regular, if I'm using actual pen, I have purple for Jesus, pink, I don't know if you can really tell, for myself, green. When I underline anything that has to do with green, it's always growth. So if I highlight something, like how I did an example right down here. So if I highlight a verse in pink for myself and I put a yellow circle around it, that means it's important for me to remember. The same thing with the prayer. If I highlight it orange and put a yellow circle around it, that means it's important prayer. So if I do an orange highlighter and I add like a blue circle around it, that means it's going to be like maybe a faith, like, you know, or a blessing, that like this prayer may be a blessing to me. I may receive grace from it. So that's why I did a couple of these little samples here. And then highlighted scripture with blue, I may be receiving blessings, and I put a pink circle around it for myself. So the scripture that I'm reading at the time, it's a blessing scripture. It may be a scripture that holds grace, and I want to remember it for myself. So I'm kind of hoping this is making sense, and you know, maybe you can build off of this. Maybe you can feel free and use the same guide. Like right here, this is what I showed you in my Psalms 2, how it's highlighted pink, but I have purple around it for Jesus, because it's something that he is either talking about, or I feel that I'm going to be blessed, you know, from him. Right here, this is talking about Jesus again, and then I highlighted it for myself. This is something I need for myself. And this is God helps us feel his truth. So, alright, I just wanted to come on and make this quick video. Hopefully this kind of helps, gives you a key on what I'm using and how I highlight my videos and what keys I use in my Bibles. So I apologize that it's so short, but I did want to just come in. I know it's easier for a lot of people when they can just have a key to copy, you know, write down themselves. And I've always said you can look up Pinterest, you can Google it, but hopefully you can use this and use it for yourself. And one last thing I did want to share, like I just said, off of Pinterest. I love Pinterest. I had found these amazing I am like quotes and sayings. So this is speak to life, and you do this every single day. Ladies, gentlemen, it doesn't matter. Everyone could say this, because this is stuff we need to say to ourselves. So every day, right when we wake up, we're saying, I am courageous. I am unstoppable. And go through this whole list. If you can add more to it, I highly recommend doing it, because you need to feed yourself. You need to build yourself up, both spiritually, mentally. We throughout the day get so many negativity thoughts on the radio, hearing other people, and it's just, we never hear positive. We never see really much of positive of anything. So we need to apply this to ourselves to build ourselves up, so we can then pass it on to others. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm talking all funny. I'm having my tooth in my back and it's really hurting. It's in a lot of pain, so I'm having to stop, swallow it. It is very hurtful. So if you all can just please say a prayer for me, I would greatly appreciate it. But again, if you do have any questions, further video like request, I will love to be able to help you out the best I can. I felt so bad putting out a video how to highlight, but I didn't have like an actual key to share with you, you know? I was just telling you, hey, go look, go. But I want to be able to do the work for you. So I will be posting this in my Bible journaling group, Sisters Creative Journey Through the Word. I will have the link in the description box below. If you're not a sister, please do come join the family. We will love to have you there. But okay, so I do hope this blesses somebody. And remember, be a creative tool in your Father's art box today. Bye.